All right, listen up. You might think you're eating healthy, but what if I told you that some of the foods you consider good for you are secretly packing on pounds? Today, we're counting down 9 healthy foods that are quietly making you fat. And trust me, number 9 is one that literally everyone thinks helps with weight loss. Now, before we get into the list, here's the deal. By the end of this video, you'll have my 9 right arrow 9 swap matrix, which gives you a swap for every single one of these sneaky foods, so you can still enjoy them but without the extra calories. Throughout the video, I'll show you exactly why these foods can sabotage your diet, the hidden calorie traps and quick fixes you can use right away. Plus, there are a few-minute challenges I'm throwing and that'll test your knowledge and help you see how easily these calories sneak in. Here's a little teaser. Some of these foods are things you eat for breakfast, lunch, or even snacks. Some are drinks, and some, well, they look innocent but are secretly loaded. Stick with me because by the time we reach number 9, you're going to completely rethink what you thought was healthy. And if you want a chance to guess the sneakiest one, comment your guess as we go along. All right, let's kick this off with number 9, or should I say the first one on our countdown. Stay tuned. Let's start with something that's supposed to be your breakfast hero, granola and muesli. Yep, those crunchy clusters sprinkled on yogurt that scream healthy. But here's the reality. Most store-bought granolas are calorie bombs. Just one cup, roughly 100 grams, can easily hit 450 to 500 calories. And if you're adding extra nuts, dried fruit, or chocolate chunks, it can go even higher. That's like eating a full meal before your actual breakfast. Why? Because manufacturers load it with honey, syrups, and oils to make it taste amazing. And the portion sizes, completely misleading. A serving is usually 30-40 grams, but let's be honest, who stops at that? Most of us pour 80, 90, even 120 grams into our bowls. Suddenly, you've doubled or tripled your calorie intake without even realizing it. Here's how to tell if your granola is a trap. Check the first few ingredients on the label. If sugar, honey, or oil is listed first, that's a red flag. Also, look at the calories per serving, not per package. Now the fix, portion control, is your best friend. Measure 30 grams, toss it on unsweetened Greek yogurt, and add a handful of fresh berries. You get the crunch, the sweetness, and the fiber without blowing your calorie budget. Or try making your own light granola at home. Just oats, a little egg white, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Bake until crispy, and boom, you've got a snack that's genuinely healthy. Pro tip, grab a kitchen scale. It'll shock you how quickly calories add up. And here's a quick question. Do you actually weigh your granola? If yes, comment 30G below. If not, you might want to start. Next up, store-bought smoothies. Especially the ones branded as green, detox, or immune-boosting. They look healthy, they taste amazing, and you feel good drinking them, until you realize you just swallowed 300 to 700 calories in one glass. And most of that comes from fruit juices, syrups, and sweeteners that spike your blood sugar and leave you hungry again in an hour. Here's the sneaky part. When you blend fruit and vegetables into a smoothie, you lose the chewing factor, the fiber gets broken down, and your brain doesn't register that you're full. So instead of a satisfying snack, it's a sugar rush that can make you eat more later. And those big Instagram-worthy cups, they're deceptive. What's labeled as 16 ounces can sometimes be closer to 24. How can you tell if your smoothie is a trap? Check the nutrition label. If there's more than 25 grams of sugar per cup, or if the ingredients list includes juice concentrates, flavored syrups, or added sugar, that's your warning sign. The fix is simple. Make it yourself. Take 1 handful of greens, half a banana or a small apple, a scoop of protein powder or Greek yogurt, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and some water or unsweetened plant milk. Blend, and you have a smoothie under 400 calories that keeps you full with fiber and protein instead of sugar. Mini challenge. When you grab your next smoothie, check the sugar content. If it's over 25 grams, comment too sweet. Trust me, this one little habit can save hundreds of hidden calories every week. Now let's talk about protein and energy bars. They're everywhere, at the gym, in your pantry, even in the checkout line at the store. They're marketed as healthy, convenient, and packed with protein, but many of them are basically candy disguised as health food. A typical bar can have 200 to 400 calories, 12 to 25 grams of sugar, and only about 10 grams of protein. That's barely enough to keep you full. Here's the tricky part. Labels like protein bar or energy bar make you think it's diet-friendly, but many contain dates syrup, brown rice syrup, or chocolate chips, which spike your blood sugar. You might grab one thinking it's a healthy snack, but it could sabotage your day's calorie goal in one bite. How to spot the traps? Look for bars with at least 15 grams of protein, under 8 grams of sugar, at least 5 grams of fiber, and under 220 calories. If it doesn't meet these criteria, it's better to skip it. And here's a simple swap. Instead of a processed bar, try one apple with 20-25 almonds. You get natural fiber, protein, and healthy fat without all the hidden sugar. Or if you love bars for convenience, make your own with oats, nut butter, a scoop of protein, and a touch of honey. Baked or no-bake versions are easy and way cleaner. Quick check-in: next time you grab a bar, glance at the label. Can it tick all 4 boxes? If yes, comment the brand. If not, maybe toss it. Little changes like this add up big time over the weeks. Next on the list is something most people think is a guilt-free snack: flavored low-fat yogurt. On the surface, it seems perfect: low-fat, packed with calcium, maybe even probiotics. But here's the problem. When manufacturers strip out the fat to make it low-fat, they almost always load it with sugar to keep it tasty. A single 150-gram container can have 15 to 25 grams of sugar. That's 4 to 6 teaspoons in 1 cup. And don't get fooled by labels like fruit on the bottom or yogurt drink. That fruit is usually sugar-heavy puree, not whole fruit, so you're getting more sugar and fewer nutrients than you think. This means you could be spiking your blood sugar and increasing cravings, all while thinking you're eating something healthy. So what's the fix? Go for unsweetened Greek yogurt and add your own toppings. A handful of fresh berries, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a small drizzle of honey gives flavor and antioxidants without the calorie overload. Even adding a spoonful of rolled oats can make it more filling and keep you satisfied until your next meal. Visual tip: imagine a teaspoon of sugar dropping into your yogurt cup every time you scoop. It really makes you think twice about serving size. Mini challenge for you: next time you grab flavored yogurt, check the sugar content. If it's over 15 grams, comment too much. This tiny habit helps you cut hidden sugar from your diet without giving up your snack. Now let's talk about something super popular for breakfast or snacks: whole grain toast with nut butter. On paper, it seems healthy: whole grains, protein, healthy fats. But here's the catch. If you're not careful with portions, this snack can easily turn into a calorie bomb. 2 slices of whole grain bread plus 2 tablespoons of peanut butter already hit around 500 to 650 calories. Add sliced banana or a drizzle of honey, and you're pushing even higher. That's a full meal in what feels like a small snack. Here's why it's tricky. Nut butter is calorie-dense, even natural versions, and most people spread a generous layer without measuring, thinking it's all healthy. Portion size matters more than you think. Even whole grain bread adds up if you eat more than the standard slice. So how do you enjoy it without overdoing it? Simple swaps. Use 1 slice of bread, 1 tablespoon of nut butter, and top with a few slices of apple or sprinkle of cinnamon. You still get that satisfying crunch and flavor, plus fiber and protein, but at half the calories. Another option: spread ricotta or light cottage cheese instead, add berries, and you have a creamy, sweet, low-calorie snack. Visual tip: think about the size of your hand. A thumb-size scoop of nut butter is roughly 1 tablespoon. Keeping portions in check is the easiest way to avoid sneaky calories. Mini challenge: next time you make toast, measure your nut butter. Comment 1 thumb if you keep it small, or oops if you pour like me sometimes. Little tweaks like this make a huge difference over time. Now let's tackle a big one: salads that actually make you gain weight. I know you're probably thinking, salads? How can salads make me fat? Well, the problem isn't the greens, it's everything else that gets thrown on top. Think creamy dressings, croutons, cheese, avocado, nuts, and seeds. A salad can easily reach 700 to 100 calories, turning what should be a light meal into a hidden calorie trap. Here's the sneaky part. Even a salad with just a little bit of dressing can be loaded with sugar or fat. And if your protein portion is small, say only 50-70 grams of chicken, you won't feel full, so you end up snacking later or adding more carbs. That's why healthy salads sometimes backfire. The fix is simple and surprisingly visual. Use your hand as a measuring guide. Protein, 1 palm-sized portion. Greens, 2 handfuls. Carbs, a cupped hand. If you're adding them, healthy fats like avocado or dressing, about the size of your thumb. And here's a trick. Serve the dressing on the side and dip your fork instead of pouring it over. This can cut calories almost in half while still tasting amazing. Visual tip. Picture a scale comparing a heavy, drenched salad to a measured, balanced one. Calories drop dramatically. Mini challenge. Next time you build a salad, use your hands to portion everything. Comment hand check if you try it. This one habit can transform your salad from a sneaky calorie bomb into a real fat-burning meal. All right, moving on. Let's talk about sushi, specifically the rolls that look innocent but can be calorie bombs. You might think sushi is healthy because it's fish and rice, but rolls like dragon roll, rainbow roll, or anything tempura-based can pack 800 to 200 calories in just 2 to 3 rolls. How? Deep-fried tempura, spicy mayo, eel sauce, and sweet glazes add calories fast. Here's the tricky part. Sushi is marketed as clean, light, and guilt-free, but those sauces and fried toppings sneak in tons of sugar and fat. Combine that with extra rice, and you've just had a meal that's more indulgent than a burger and fries. So how do you enjoy sushi without the hidden calories? Focus on sashimi or simple nigiri, just fish and a little rice. Or choose basic rolls with cucumber, avocado, or plain fish and ask for sauces on the side. Pair your sushi with edamame or miso soup to feel full, so you're less tempted to overeat. Visual tip. Imagine a side-by-side comparison, one plate of dragon rolls versus a sashimi plate. Calories practically halve while still being satisfying. Mini challenge. Next time you order sushi, check if you can choose sauce on the side. Comment sashimi if that's your go-to. Making small swaps like this keeps sushi enjoyable without blowing your calorie budget. Next up are cold-pressed and detox juices. You might grab one thinking it's a clean, low-calorie drink, but here's the catch. These drinks often have more sugar than a soda, and you lose a lot of the fiber found in whole fruits. A 12-ounce glass can have 24 to 40 grams of sugar. That's 6 to 10 teaspoons in just one serving. Why does this matter? Without fiber, your body absorbs the sugar rapidly, spiking blood sugar and insulin levels. You feel hungry again soon after drinking it, which often leads to overeating later. Plus, a detox juice might be marketed as cleansing, but if it's replacing a proper meal, you're setting yourself up for a rebound binge. So what's the fix? Stick to whole fruits and vegetables whenever possible. If you do want juice, try diluting it one with water, or pair it with a protein source to slow digestion and keep you full. Even a small handful of nuts alongside your juice makes a huge difference. Visual tip. Imagine pouring sugar cubes into a clear glass representing your juice. Seeing the amount really drives the point home. Mini challenge. Next time you grab a juice, check the sugar content. If it's over 25 grams, comment too sweet. This small habit helps you cut hundreds of hidden calories each week, all while still enjoying fresh, nutrient-packed drinks. Finally, we've reached number 1 on our list, acai and smoothie bowls. These bowls are Instagram famous, packed with colorful fruits, granola, coconut flakes, nut butter, and sometimes honey or chocolate drizzle. They look healthy, but here's the truth. They can easily top 600 to 1,000 calories per bowl. That's more than some restaurant meals, and most people eat them quickly, thinking it's a snack or breakfast. Why are they so sneaky? The base, usually a blend of acai, banana, and other fruits, is calorie-dense. Add toppings like granola, nut butter, seeds, or shredded coconut and the calories skyrocket. You get a sugar spike, which gives energy for a short time but leaves you hungry again later. Here's the fix. Build a lean bowl. Use unsweetened acai or mixed berries as the base. Add half a banana, a scoop of Greek yogurt or protein powder for protein, and choose just one high-calorie topping like a small scoop of granola or a teaspoon of nut butter. Top with a handful of fresh berries or cacao nibs for texture and flavor. Keep your bowl around 500 ml, and you've cut the hidden calories almost in half while still enjoying a delicious treat. Visual tip: show a side-by-side comparison. Traditional loaded bowl vs. measured lean bowl with a calorie counter highlighting the difference. Mini challenge: try this lean bowl and comment bowl if you follow the portion swap. These small tweaks transform an Instagram snack into a nutrient-packed, calorie-conscious meal, letting you enjoy your favorites without sabotaging your goals.